Before we get into today's update, I do have a question for you. I'm wondering, can you tell the difference between the left side of my eyeshadow and the right side? It's not a trick question, and I'm just curious to know if you actually can tell. One side I went in with the light colors first and then added the darks, and one I went in with the darks and added the lights, and one was a lot easier than the other, and I'm just curious if you can actually tell a difference. So this is what it kind of looks like up close. Yeah, so let me know if you can actually tell a difference. Welcome to Update 5 of the Ancient Mythos Project Pan. This was created by Darya of the PANtastic ladies, and this year they are focusing on Norse mythology. I was so, in my head I'm like, say Norse very right. And then I got screwed up with all my other words. But yeah, so it's update number 5 this time around, and it's on Norse mythology. And I have an update on how last products went. Then we're gonna jump into getting some new products, and I'm always excited by this one. I think it's a mix of learning things and then the spontaneity, the spontaneousness of not knowing what the prompts are, not knowing what the products are. So yeah, let's get into it because I'm excited. I've got my notes because there's no way I'm remembering this on my own. So the first one we got is Niflheim, and it's primarily the realm of ice and cold from which all rivers come. And this one you were supposed to pick a spray product, like a setting mist, and I remember I don't have any products, and then I looked at my collection, I'm like, I literally got one brand new spray toner that I don't want to open. And then I found a secondary product that we went with. And it occurred to me last night in bed, because I don't know why I think about these things when I'm trying to sleep, but I could have picked a fragrance product. I have so many fragrance products that are sprays. I don't know why they never occurred to me until now, but that's okay because we put a fragrance product in this one anyways, so it's okay that we didn't have two. But the product I picked for this was the Niod Superoxide Dismutase Saccharide Mist, and I got quite a few uses out of this. So my goal every time, because I'm just kind of learning, I'm not really focusing on the products themselves, it's more about learning the prompts. So my goal is 10 uses each, and I 100% surpassed that. I got 51 uses out of this product. The next one is Jormungandr, I think. An unfathomably large sea serpent who dwells in the world sea, and he wraps around the world biting his tail. And this is supposed to be the one where you bring back a product from trying to previously pan it. And so I decided to refocus on the shade Effervescent from my project pan. I had brought it into this project previously back in December when I got 9 uses out of it. My goal back then was 5 uses. I have since upped it to 10, and I am happy to say that I reached for this product 17 times in the past month, bringing it to a total of 26 uses in this project pan. And this is what it looks like. It still looks nice and fresh. I was really scared taking this out of the palette. I got a magnet and I didn't realize how strong my magnet was. So when I pulled this product out of my palette, it literally went poof, and you could see all the glitter kind of come out of it and puff in the air, and I'm like, oh god, what did I do? Because this was the shade that when it fell out of my palette initially, it shattered everywhere. And I was so lucky that it shattered in a place that I could actually pick it up, and I've since then repressed it, so it's all progress I made on it I lost. I had to start all over again, and when I saw it come out of the palette, I'm just like, no. But luckily everything is a-okay, and like I said, we got 17 uses out of it for a total of 26. The next one is Fafnir, and this is a dwarf who transformed into a greedy, powerful dragon to hoard cursed treasure. There we go. I'm just so excited today that the words are not coming out right. So I hope you can work with me today. And this is a product from a category you kind of hoard. And this one came from my Cleonod Cosmetics Stained Glass collection. When the collection was initially released, I think it was July of 2019, I bought one of every shade. Even the shades I wasn't into, it's because I think it was that collector's mentality. It's I wanted the whole collection, so I literally bought the whole collection. And then I didn't really touch them. I'm like, they're too pretty to touch. Like, I can't use these. So that's where this product is coming from. And I can happily say I reached for this 12 times. This is the one that I've kind of used in place of my Becca Mermaid eyeshadow that I was panning. And it's like the closest thing to it. So I've been using it quite a lot on top of highlighters. And that is the shade Glow by Cleonaud Cosmetics. This was part of their Glitter Iridescent Multi-Chrome collection. I don't really know if you can see it. It is blue. Like, it has a blue shift to it. But yeah, I've been loving that one in place of my Becca highlighter. It's definitely not the same. I do definitely miss my Becca one, but like, it's pretty dang close that it's doing the job. So the last prompt and product I have is for Fenrir, which was a monstrous wolf who played a key role in Ragnarok by killing Odin. And this one was an animal-themed product. And this one I also struggled with last month, and then I just randomly found it in my collection. And you're about to see that I don't have any knowledge of cats. But I found a perfume that has a animal on top. I want to go with the cheetah for like what looks like those spots there, but it could be a puma or a leopard. I'm not really sure. But this is 5-star fragrances in the scent Delicious Chocolate. It is an Eau de Toilette. And this one I used 36 times. Unfortunately, all the other fragrances in my project pans kind of took a backseat, and I just focused on this one. And you know what? That's okay, because when it comes around to actually panning this fragrance later on, I'm going to be very thankful I did. So that was my update on how things went from last month to this month. I am going to pull up my number. Oh, that's my puppy. Aww. He passed away a couple of years ago and I haven't been able to take it off of my lock screen. But anyways, I'm going to pull up my number generator here. We have it set from 1 to 24 and we are going to pick 4 prompts. So number 3, number 1, number 2, and number 8. So 3, 1, 2, 8. All right, I'm going to see what those prompts are, grab some products, and be right back. I think I picked all the hard to pronounce ones last week just so I could get all the easy ones this week. So pretty happy about that. The first one was prompt number 3, and this is Hodr. He was a blind son of Odin and Frigg and a twin brother of Balder, and he was tricked by Loki into killing his brother with a mistletoe arrow. And this one says it's a product you keep overlooking, but it deserves a second chance. Now, I do keep overlooking it, 100%. Does it deserve a second chance? That's the part I'm not 100% convinced about. So one of my favorite cleansing balms is Farmacy's like Green Clean. Like, I love it. It's expensive, probably wouldn't purchase it again, but I absolutely love it. And so back when I had money, every single time they came up with a new variation, I bought it. And I also bought the Clearly Clean, which was the unfragranted version. I thought this was going to be exactly the same, just without any smell. This is honestly the worst cleansing balm I have ever used in my life, and I would actually argue that after my first and only use of using this, I might hate it more than the NARS Hydrating Foundation. Like, very tempted to actually say this is worse than that foundation. My problem with this was I put it on my skin, it massaged nicely, it felt good, felt like it was breaking up all my makeup, and then when I went to like you emulsify it before you rinse it, this wouldn't emulsify. So then I went in and I'm like trying to rinse it off and it wouldn't rinse off. So like all I've got is this like oil smear all over my face with like things of makeup everywhere. I had to wash my face 3 separate times just to get this stuff off my face. So does it deserve a second chance? Debatable, but I did only use it 1 time. So it at least deserves a second use, and that's why I'm bringing this one in under this prompt. However, it may not get all 10 uses. I'm just putting that out now because if the second use goes just as horribly bad, I think this is going to get decluttered. Second prompt we pulled was prompt number 1, and this one is for Saga or Saga. It is a goddess associated with history, storytelling, and prophecy, and she can often be found in the halls with Odin drinking. This one says a companion product. And I had to Google what a companion product was. And after I read it, I'm like, why did I even Google that? It says something to be used alongside a primary product. So I picked the Purito Centella Unscented Toner. And the reason I picked this one is because they say if you use it alongside vitamin C, it actually boosts like the efficacy of both products. So it's like the benefits you get from each of them when they're put together is amplified. So to me, I'm not sure if that would be a companion product, but it's like I would use my vitamin C and I wouldn't use this, so this kind of came in as a secondary product for me. So that's why I'm calling this the companion product. Third one we pulled was number 2, and that one is for Huginn and Munin. I love that. And they are 2 ravens that serve Odin, acting as his eyes and ears throughout the 9 worlds. And for this, it was a pair of products that you often use together. And it's springtime, the sun is coming out. Finally, it's getting nice here. There's no snow in the forecast anymore. Like, I am excited. And 2 things I will definitely be using together are a face sunscreen and a body sunscreen. So this is the SomeByMi V10 Hyal Air Fit Sunscreen. I'm bringing this one in for my face. And this one here, I ended up cutting open all of my tubes of the Coppertone Sport Sunscreen that I used a couple of months ago for a trip. And this is how much I got out of that. So like a pretty decent amount. So ideally, I'd love to use this up. Worst case scenario, I'd like 10 uses of both. Last but not least was prompt number 8, and this one was for Draupnir. And it says it's a magical gold ring owned by Odin that has the power to multiply itself by dripping 8 identical rings every 9th night, symbolizing endless wealth and bounty. And this one says it's a product that feels like it'll last forever. And I picked the Britney Spears Island Fantasy Eau de Parfum, and the reason I picked this one is because for whatever reason I bought it in the 100 milliliter / 3.3 ounce size. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Like, why did I need so much perfume? I think I'm gonna be buried with this. So that is my update for Ancient Mythos this time around. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm scared to use this again. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably use this right after kind of like filming and editing and whatnot to get my current look off, and that's going to be the deciding factor, but I am nervous. Thank you for checking in with me this month. I hope you learned something new. I know I definitely did. I have never heard of any of those 4 words before, so 4 new things that I learned today. Thank you for checking in with me. Thank you for learning. I hope you have a great day. I hope the weather is great where you are. And until the next one, I hope the day treats you well. Bye.